At the beginning of the chapter, we see the military base that was located 10 miles outside of the city of Sharuta, which was on the northern coast of the Sinai Peninsula, in the country of Kondak. Black Adam says that he has said this before, and people of the world will keep on calling him and his team mad villains. But let them do so, as the present can never be agreed upon, but history will see them as heroes. Inside the base, the soldiers were talking about Muhanad's new order, which was to enslave a dozen children and make them work in the factory. Another soldier says that it was okay as long as they are allowed to keep the girls. The first soldier tells him to make sure to keep the prettiest ones for Muhanad. A soldier who was guarding the door lights a cigarette and smokes it, but soon he looks up and gets shocked. Black Adam lands on him with a tremendous amount of force because that soldier's body gets smashed. The soldiers who were inside the building heard the sound and says to each other that did they also hear it. One of them says that it must be the rebels. They must have attacked the base again. As one of them, they go out to fight. He instantly gets killed. And Black Adam says that this time he has returned to Kondak with his new team. A team that was not like JSS. He says that his new team understood the meaning of true heroism. They knew that what was the most important trait of heroism is, that is, sacrifice. Then he introduces his teammates. First, he introduces Northwind. Northwind was born in a society where people have wings and they used to live on cliffs in a place in Greenland called Fethera. Fethera meant heaven in their language. But soon their happy and peaceful time was over, as information about them got leaked to the world, because of which various forces of the world attacked them. Due to this, they have to leave their homes and were forced to migrate again and again. Black Adam further says that Northwind was a half-breed. His father was a human while his mother was Fetheran woman. He was trained by Hawkman and Hawkgirl, and like them, he was also known as an international hero. He used to feel proud of human achievements, and he was proud to call himself a human, but all that was in the past. His real name was Norda Cantrell, but he prefers to be called Northwind. Black Adam says that when he found Northwind and his people, they were once again homeless, and they had no one to ask for help as their so-called friends had already forgotten about them. To survive, they had to evolve, because of which they were more like animals rather than humans. Because of this, Northwind was not able to speak anymore. Black Adam says that it didn't matter to him because he doesn't need the Northwind to speak. He wants him to help him in his quest. Then Black Adam introduces his second teammate, a girl who was known by the name Nemesis. Her real name was Sosei Mikros. In the past, Sosei's body was genetically engineered because of her father. He wanted to turn Sosei into an assassin for his terrorist group, which was called the Council. Sosei hated her father, and she made a vow that she will kill him. She was a killer from her heart, and when Black Adam destroyed the Council, he killed her father. At that time, Sosei didn't have any reason to live, nor did she have any target on which she can divert her hatred. So Black Adam gave her a new reason and a new target. Then he introduces Eclipso, whose real name was Alexander Montez. Black Adam says that Eclipso reminded him of his past self. Like him, Eclipso also listens to his emotions rather than logic. And like Nemesis, Eclipso also lived a life full of hatred and revenge. He wanted to take revenge on the demon Eclipso for killing his cousin. Eclipso did whatever he can to get his revenge. He lied to JSA about his true motives, and he used them for his benefit. Then he lied to get his hands on the black diamond. Alexander uses the tattoo on his body, and the diamond which contains the power and spirit of the demon Eclipso as his power source. Black Adam says that Nemesis and Eclipso were both irrational and inexperienced, but he will make sure to turn them into heroes. Heroes that the whole world will remember. Then a man commands the soldiers to aim their guns toward each other. This man is known as Brainwave. Brainwave's real name is Henry King. He is the son of a JSA member, the first Brainwave. He inherited his father's telepathic abilities, but the reason he was here was that he wanted to become a true hero. Although his powers were amazing, they had a drawback. Henry was almost at the edge of losing his sanity. Black Adam says that he was grateful that he was able to ease Henry's burden, even if it was little. Henry tells the soldiers to shoot, and they do so. After they all have died, Henry says that he finds it very fascinating that when a person dies, in his mind he thinks of that feeling of death as it slowly passes away. At that moment, all that person is thinking about is guilt, love, and fear. He says that there is not a single shred of anger in that person's mind at that time. Then he goes to a dead soldier's body and says that although this man has died, his heart is stopped. But in his mind, it's still clear that he is worried about the safety of his family. He worries that Muhanad will enslave his children as he did with other children. Henry says that the human mind is at the purest, in the beginning and at the end. Nemesis and the others come there and talk to Henry. Nemesis says that these people were only relying on their weapons and slaves, while Eclipso says that they didn't even give them a challenge. Henry says to Nemesis that he can feel a sense of guilt in her mind. He says that he can take memories of these soldiers and he can send them to their minds. Then when they will see what they have done so far, they won't feel guilty. Nemesis says to him that won't be necessary. Alexander says to him to throw everything toward him because when he wants to take revenge on the sinners, he feels a rush in his body. And that thing put this demon in pain. He shows them the diamond which contained Eclipso's spirit, and Alexander tells him to scream. Then Black Adam introduces Atom Smasher. He says that his real name was Albert Rothstein. He says that Atom Smasher was one of the very few people who have earned his respect so far. He says that Atom Smasher was once a member of JSA, and he got his powers from his godfather, the original Atom Smasher. He thought that if he joined JSA everything will be perfect, but the day he was forced to kill a man to save his mother, he realized that the world is not simple. Black Adam further says that Atom Smasher was the closest thing to a brother to him, a younger brother who still had much to learn. Atom Smasher attacks the soldiers and was wiping them all out when a tank got behind him and was about to shoot, but at that moment Black Adam comes there and he destroys the tank. Atom Smasher asks Black Adam about others, and Black Adam says that they were taking care of the remaining weapon warehouses. Then he says that after this they will go towards the capital. Atom Smasher says okay, but he doesn't like to kill people without a cause. Black Adam says to him they have been over this before. These people are not soldiers, they are criminals, and the people of Kondak have to see their death during their pilgrimage to Sharuda. Atom Smasher says to him that it was not a coincidence, right? That Black Adam's late wife was also named Sharuda. Black Adam says to him that Sharuda and his son are now stories of the past like the mighty Atom. Atom Smasher says to him that he should bring back the mighty Atom. He says that everyone else thought of him as a bad guy and calls him Black Adam. Black Adam tells him that in the past he was not able to save his family from the invader because he was busy fighting battles of someone else. And when he took the matter into his own hands and seek out justice for his family, the wizard who gave him his power imprisoned him, as he was not able to take these powers back. He stayed in prison for thousands of years, and along with this he was labeled as Chem Adam. Then he says to Atom Smasher that black is not something bad, it represents a deeper level of consciousness. Atom Smasher says to Black Adam that he wants to free the people of Kondak, but he tried many times, but still, the UN was not taking any action. They have been discussing Asim Muhammad for a decade, but they are not making any steps towards stopping him. Black Adam says that it was because the fact that Kondak was a country with very low imports and export, and it didn't have much value in the eyes of the UN. Atom Smasher tells him to stop all this because the people of this world as well as members of JSA call him a murderer. Black Adam says that they can do what they want. Then he tells Atom Smasher that this was the reason they are fighting. Black Adam then breaks down the gate of the factory, and Atom Smasher sees all the enslaved children there, because of which all his guilt turns into anger. Meanwhile, in Asim Muhannad's palace, Muhannad was busy telling his soldier to send a girl to his general as he has done a good job during the last rebel hunting. At that moment a soldier comes running and informs Muhannad that they were under attack. Muhannad asks him who are the attackers. At this moment a wall gets blown away, and Black Adam and his team come there. They easily kill all of Muhannad's soldiers, and Black Adam holds Muhannad by his throat and tells him that his rule was over. Muhannad says that it was his right to rule over this place and foreigners should stay out of it. Black Adam says that the world has turned a blind eye to Muhannad's actions, but no longer, and he throws Muhannad in front of Atom Smasher and tells him to kill him and make history. Atom Smasher hesitates at first, but then he remembers those children and he kills him while saying that he will no longer be able to hurt any kid or mother again. After this, Black Adam declares that Muhannad was dead and Kondak belongs to them now. And that's all for today, guys. Stay tuned to get more new videos. Stay safe and keep watching.